should say serious greetings. It's not rising right now, but it's a rising. The light is beaming. Y'all see this light right here? I'm in the beam me up. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up. Look at this light. Look at this light. I don't know if y'all could see it turn blue, but I did it. I was like, oh, look at the blue light. Blue Light Council. So I'm here with the Blue Light Council getting these blue rays because y'all know we still in that Sirius gateway. I'm sharing with you all. I was supposed to do a live yesterday, but it was one of them decline days. Like those of you who are really walking through these gates, these Lions Gate halls of Amenti, it's a up and down, up and down. It's an ebb and flow. And it's a lot going on. It's a lot that I'm definitely going to have to explain more in the group. But this is a call. This is a reach out. This is a final call for those who are walking through the halls of Amenti. For those who are willing and ready light bodies to walk through the halls of Amenti and go on this next level journey. Get some light codes. Get some activation. Go through this activation transmission, this ascension in time to help guide. Because we are listening to Jehudi. And as y'all can see from my last video, Jehudi speaks. It is the guide that is guiding us through these halls. It has walked us to these halls. For those who know the history of the halls of Amenti or the story of it, it is Jehudi that prepares the halls, that sets up, let's say, the Lion's Gate or the gateway or the hallway, however you want to call it, to prepare us to walk into the halls of Amenti. And we are walking through it. A lot of us are feeling it. You are feeling the tides turn, right? And it is that time. Ashe. So I'm saying this to those who are well on their way. As I've said before, it's not for everybody. Everybody is where they are to be, but it is according to the works that you have been working on. It is according to your soul's determination. And this is what we're walking into the halls. This is a pivotal time. Very pivotal. I have a download I'm definitely going to share with you from yesterday, because I didn't come on yesterday, but it was a day of reckoning. Yesterday was a day of reckoning. It was a spiritual checkpoint at 1 degrees 111 on the first at 1 degree Saturn and Neptune 111. So if you've been seeing 111 a lot, or even 1111, then you have been getting the codes. You've been getting called, the whispers. Jehudi has been whispering into your soul. There's a lot of things that I'm going to speak to the people that's been hearing the whispers, and I want to make this whisper a loud call right now, especially for those who have been walking with me, especially since last year. Last year was our first walk through the halls of Amenti intentionally. And this is our, let's say, 1 year anniversary. For those who've been with me that whole time, we've been together for 1 whole year at that gathering, at that galactic gathering. And this is another phase, another step and another phase in the galactic gathering to gather more of those. So if you were iffy last year, and this is not about collecting no souls, this is about reaching out and being the bridge, being the portals of light to help amplify the light grid activation that's happening right now, that is activating the souls that are turning over. It is activating, breaking the veils of amnesia. It is activating, breaking the veils of illusion, because that is the only way that we are going to step into that new timeline. There's no other way. You can go through all the 8/8s and the 11/11s. You can go through all the portals you want, but if you have not been doing your pre-portal work, which is your shadow work, which is ego death, tearing down the veils of amnesia and illusion, especially in these past couple of years that Neptune has been in Pisces and Uranus was in Taurus. All those outer planets have shifted. This is a major pivotal point turning year, and everything that is aligning, all the cosmic clock is on the tick of the talk right now. If you watching TikTok and you ain't watching the tick of the talk of the cosmic clock, you on the wrong tick of the talk. I'm saying, I'm being clear with this. All right, and there's a lot of, I want to speak to a lot of things right now, but I only have but so much time. We go in depth for those who will be walking with us through the halls of Amenti. But there is a lot of shadow banning as well, and I've been noticing that. I thought it was just me, but I knew it wasn't. But I've been seeing, and it got confirmation from what's her name, Big Sis. Big Sis, she go by a different name now, Mysteries of something, of Mother. And it was clear confirmation that that's what it is. You're being shadow banned, you're being blocked. Some of the platforms, I even saw one of the true platforms saying that they were no longer monetized. These are tactics that they are taking to silence those who are truly speaking the truth, to shadow ban your channels, to allocate where your views are going to be, things like that. And I've noticed that even because I had more, I want to say more views. It was up into for me to even get to the 1,000 mark. Thank you for those of you, all of you who subscribed to get us to the 1,000 mark so we can do the live, which was the goal. For me to even get there, it was getting to the point of hundreds of viewers, and now back to the point how I know that they are shadow banning, because it's back down to always less than 100, which is okay, because the thing is, it doesn't stop me. I always go, because I know I'm doing this even if it's only for one. Even if it's only for one soul to tune in to say, hey, in the remote places that needed to hear this, to know that you're not alone. A lot of you may be going through this and saying that you may feel like you're alone, right? Especially for those who are feeling this shift right now. There's something that has been shifted, that you went from being alone to alone. Like, we already been in isolation. We've already been isolating, and we're going from that to alone, right? And it's not lonely. Never that. Never this, never that. Not lonely. You are not lonely. You are just feeling the turns of isolation. You're feeling the quarantine. You're feeling the spiritual quarantine, because that's what has to happen as we shift gears. It's like you're being quarantined. Ain't that right, Blu-ray Light? Ashe. So I share this to make that call for those to understand where they stand, to stand under truth principles. And this is not something like I had to put it in the groups as I sent it out, because I was kind of hesitant. I was hesitant in making the call again. I was hesitant because it's like, you don't want to keep, this is not a solicitation, but Spirit just says keep sounding the alarm, because someone who needs to hear it, maybe they needed to hear it a second or third time to piece it together and say, oh, that's my call. Right? This is not, when I say it's not for everybody, I mean it's not for spiritual entertainment, although that helps open the doors for a lot of people. This is for a movement. This is a forward movement in time. This is time traveling. If you're not ready for the fourth dimensional activation activities, everything that we're doing that is accessing the fifth dimension is through the fourth dimension of time traveling. And so this is not a solicitation for a workshop or to join a group. This is not just to gain knowledge. This is not simply to gain knowledge either. I had to make sure I stipulate that, because that's one of the shadows of the age of the Aquarian, is just acquiring information, more information, giving information, taking information, but not doing anything with the information. This is to gain access to the keys that unlocks the wisdom to the awareness of knowledge, to the awareness of this knowledge, whatever knowledge it is that you are having. It is not just to have the knowledge. So this walking through the halls of Amenti is doing a lot of tearing down the halls. For those who don't know, the halls are like a hallway of mirrors. Life in itself is mirrors. Everything in life is a mirrored reflection of you. And this is coming to the reality of that. This is having the realizing with your real eye that whatever is happening around you, through you, within you, is the mirrored reflection of truth. It is the hallways of Amenti is the mirrored reflections of truth. This time of the year, as the ancient Mayans have it as a new year, because it is the alignment with the Sirius gateway in such a way that the light beams through your temple. You see what I'm saying? Like you're seeing me right now with this light beaming through my temple. That is to exemplify. And if you can look at this exemplification, exemplify and amplify what's happening. You can even look at how it's flickering to show the levels for some of the, just to show the levels where some people are at. Some people it's like that, it's flickering. For some people it's straight beaming, beaming through. And what happens is, as this light, energy, and information is here to carry us to the next level, to the next paradigm, to the building of the new true earth, the 5D consciousness, the expansion of the fifth dimension to a whole nother mansion in time. We cannot cross the dimensional timelines. It cannot go unless we collapse the old timelines. It cannot go unless we have accountability and transcend by doing what? Removing those veils. That is how you remove the veils. We have to face a certain type of reality. And this is what we're being called to do. So things that may be coming up, you may be saying, oh, but this is happening. And it's like, yes, this is happening. It is happening because it is the mirrored reflection that is being put up to you. As you are walking through the halls of Amenti, you are supposed to look at that mirror and see the illusion in that mirror. The intrusion of illusion that has been going far too long. Not just right now, but also from your previous lives. Like some of it is taking us that deep. That's why we have the retrograde. We got all these little we got a couple of retrogrades right now. That's why the retrograde of Mercury is allowing that which represents Jehudi to take us that deep into our soul. It's that deep. This is a soul unfolding journey and a very pivotal time. And not only that, on the horizon, and I will go more on in this as we journey in with the group, because not everybody can handle this next level. On the horizon is the redemption of Sophia as the remembering of our soul. Okay, the best way I could say it for all to comprehend it is that it is the redemption of wisdom. It is the redemption of the spirit of wisdom, the receptive activity that has been far too long repressed and suppressed. And it is that rising that is coming up right now. It is that serious rising that is coming up. And by all of us souls who engage in walking through the halls of Amenti, in disengaging with the illusions in time, in order to put a pause to time, in order to stop. This is how you actively act as a time out of time, a day out of time. Taking a day out of time. Some of us are taking days out of time to find this. Let me see. Okay, I see where it has gone. Oh, it got dark. And I can't see. Okay. We just go with it until it does something else. I'm trying to bring it down to see how we could find a light. Give me the light. See, and this is an example of what I'm seeing right now. As we are shining the light, as the lights are beaming, right? This, like, I literally just saw my screen go dark, and that's what I wanted to speak about next. So see, they don't want me to speak about that. The Archon energy. And this is something that we need to be aware of. A lot of us that are coming into the light, feeling these changes, please know that the preparation, the tools that you're going to get, whether you're in this group or another group, because I see that there are other spiritual communities, other light colonies. Let me call them that, because the light colonies are the true spiritual communities that are active on the light grid, that are activating within the light grid to help amplify Metatron's cube, to amplify the light energy and information, that is resourcing source right now. So if you are in one of these groups, I'm telling you that when you get out of it, it is to prepare you to stay stable within the light, because what's going to happen is the Archon, these Archon energies, the demiurge that does not want the redemption of the Sophia, the redemption of the wisdom, is going to get at you. It's going to do exactly what I'm seeing right now. My whole screen just went dark. So even as you're amplifying the light, as you're exemplifying and you're amplifying the light, it doesn't like that. And especially when more of us ignite, because it becomes more than divine energy, it becomes a divine synergy, a synergy of light energy and information that they don't want. Okay? See, I'm just now getting it back up. See, I had to say it to clear it. I just got back the light. I don't even know if I chopped off my head. I don't know how the phone was at that moment because I was in the dark. And that's a perfect example to show you what we're going to have to be going through, because some of us are going to be in the dark and you have to keep going. As I just kept going. It doesn't matter how it looks. I had to not care. Like, I'm glad I didn't even stop the video and just kept it going. I have to not care. We have to not care about how it looks, how it's showing up. See, and I'm seeing the purple light coming in right now over my crown too with this light. We have to not care about how it looks, because that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you all, as soon as while I was talking to you, before I can get to it, it went blank. And it's like that mental attack that wants us to stop what we're doing. Some of you are being faced with something right now, but something's jumping in the way. Something's jumping in the way, and it wants to bring a dark cloak over you. It wants you to stay in that old way of thinking and those old concepts. It wants to prove to you, see, this is what it is, so that you hold on to that negative. No, nunca la penunca. And I know penunca is not a word, but nunca, pero nunca, 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 never, never that, right? Ashe, ashe. I see you, Nicole Ray, in the blue ray light. I know it don't say Nicole Ray, but that's what I saw because I can't see the first word. I'm going with what I see. Peace, love, and light, and divine greetings to you. And I'm sharing this. I know it's kind of blurred with the light, but that's what I rather it be the light that is shining its ray than darkness. So darkness will come over you, because as we bring the redemption of Sophia, the redemption of wisdom, which is the remembering. What we're activating is the remembering. We're becoming active participants in the remembering of your soul. And to do that, it is to go into the depths of the soul. Why this Halls of Amenti is so important is because of where how we are getting celestial help by the cosmos incline, by the cosmic design for our cosmic incline, by where the planets are lined up. And this is why it's important to look at your natal chart. This is to help activate the 144 ascendance on that 144 frequency. I'm not talking about 144,000 people or souls. I'm talking about those souls who are on the 144,000 frequency. This is to activate those with a life path 9, specifically the 369ers, meaning your 9 is a 36. You have a life path 9 because the 3 and the 6 makes 9, 36. But any life path 9, because that life path there is a reckoning, there's awakening of the spiritual leadership that is taking place right now. And it is for the spiritual leadership to stand in their place. Those are the ones who are getting the real fight right now. It's not because you're down and out. It's because you're a spiritual leader and they want to take you out. That Archon energy does not want you to wake up. The Demiurge got their Archons out there. Those are the goons for the Demiurge. And I could explain more of that later. I know I haven't done much videos talking about it because, as I said, this is what's on the horizon. During this Halls of Amenti, I'm being shown that this is on the horizon, and the fullness of it has still not been exposed. It will be revealed. Let me not say exposed. It will be revealed for those who walk with us. And I can say I know this because it's on the horizon. More of this will be given onto us as we're walking through the Halls of Amenti. This is a leap of faith. We are taking a leap of faith. So if you're saying yes, as I've put in the group, the instructions is to simply say yes to the universe, because when you say yes to the universe will say yes to you. And you are the you in the universe. So don't think you're saying yes to somebody out there. You're saying yes to you, to that higher level, that higher you. You're saying, yes, I am willing and ready to put that ego down, that part of the ego. This walking through the halls of Amenti is an ego death activity. It requires ego death activity. Being willing to put those stories that you've been telling yourself. Are you willing to loosen the grip, the death grip hold that your ego has on certain narratives that have been gained in this lifetime, that have been passed down through your bloodline, and that has come with you and traveled through your karmic imprint in your cosmic bloodline within the depths of your soul? This is what we're being guided to go deep within. See, the bird makes its call. This is what we're being guided to go deep within and extract. That's why Mercury is in retrograde during this window. It's not no accident that it goes direct at the end of the halls of Amenti, Lion's Gate. It goes direct on the 11th, and the Lion Gate closes the very next day. This is not accidental. This is not coincidental. I'm sharing this with you all so that you who it is for, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, those who are feeling the ascension symptoms and things that are turning over for you, and know that this is the next line over. This is taking you to in your next timeline. As I said, it's not just to gain the knowledge. It is to gain access to the keys that unlock the wisdom to this knowledge. And that's what we'll be doing for the next several days in this window right here. This part of the window, we were in preparation from the 26th to the 1st. And the 1st being the day of reckoning. And now we are entering into active activation, leading up to the highest point. The 8-8 is when it's most potent, and not because it being the 8th of the 8th month on the calendar. That's not why. This has been before they came up with the calendar. It's because of where Sirius and Orion is in alignment over the pyramid. There's a reason for all of that, beyond some of our comprehension. We could come up with the answers. We can speculate all we want to, but it's still beyond our comprehension why it happens at this particular time every year. But it is for us to find the coordinates and know where they are, and know when to walk in, and know what we have to leave behind. Find the discipline to leave behind what no longer serves you. This is that pivotal time where we're being called to face that, to really tear down the veils of illusion. Saturn and Neptune, that's a conversation that's like, hey, are you going to have accountability today? That's Saturn. You still keeping up with that dream? It's chin checking Neptune, because Neptune is dreams and illusions. And it keeps chin checking that, because when we're caught up in our dreams and our aspirations, it falls into illusions, because we haven't removed the things that we need to move off of the soot of our soul. So the lines get blurred, and those dreams, even if you call it spiritual, it gets blurred with illusions. And you may think that you're doing something very spiritually correct, but it is under an illusion. What we are breaking are the mimicking, the false spiritual activities are being broken right now, and there are many of them. That's why ones like myself are being, minimized. And that's okay, because it's for the chosen few. It's the operative word here is few. It's for everybody, but we know only the few will get it, or the few will hear the call, or the few will know what to do, and the few of the few will have the courage to do what they know they need to do. It's one thing to know what to do. It's another thing to actually execute that. And that is a higher level of the conscious phase of mind. That is the healed divine masculine, is the one who knows how to take instruction. And I'm talking about the divine masculine and feminine in us all. The conscious phase of mind is the masculine, is the creative activity, is the Christos. And the healed one knows how to take instructions from the subconscious, the wisdom, the feminine, however you want to call it, and then be able to execute. Because your conscious phase of mind is the executioner. It executes, it gets things done, it brings things to the light of awareness. Or it stays in an imitation of light and awareness, which is the demiurge, and feels that it is the maker of all things. It, that part of you, that ego part of you, the misappropriated ego, feels like it is the it. It is the shit. But the wisdom returns you and restores you back to your divine light. And then you execute. The wise ego executes according to the instructions of the wisdom, of the feminine energy, of the Sophia. Ashe. And this is stuff, like I said, it's deeper. It goes real, real deep. And we'll uncover a lot of that for those who are walking with us. And if that is for you, email me at akilatextry@gmail.com. I just answered some this morning. So those of you who are coming on board, make sure High Priestess, I don't know, I answered somebody. I'm not sure if that was you. If it's you, let me know. Hey, it's me, High Priestess, because I know you was on the last live and you were like, I'm ready. Let's go. All you have to do is email me, Halls of Amenti. I'm ready. Let's go. You don't even got to say all that. Just Halls of Amenti, and I know what time it is. akilatextry@gmail.com. And I'll check that email once I'm done with this. I'm not going to check back until maybe about 5 or 6, about 6. So I'll check back with you, and we meet tonight. This is our meeting tonight, and this is an important meeting because we'll see, depending on the meeting, how we're going to go throughout the week, because it's all a faith leap. It's a faith walk. So I'm getting the instructions as I go. I'm walking in faith. You walking in faith right with me, for those who are coming along. So we'll see whether we meet every day for here up to the 8/8, or we may just meet maybe 3 days within the week. We'll see. But today is a very important day. It's the first day of this active, like we are walking into the halls together. It's like, let's go. We passing through those beautiful lion structures and we're going in. We going in. Ashe, ashe. So if that is for you, be on your way. I got to listen to the call. If it's for you, if you feel something turning, if you feel your appetite has been changing, your sleep habit has been changing. There's a lot of things that have been changing, because a lot of things are pointing to Uranus. The cosmic clock, a lot of things are pointing to Uranus, which is now in Gemini, where our mind activity, the mind, the mental, and we're not talking about the human mental, we're talking about divine mind. So Uranus is creating a great disruption that is pointing everything to divine mind. Get out of your own mind and step into divine mind. That's what we're going towards. This is what we're gaining. And there's so much more that we're also going to be talking about that's going to give us tools. What you're going to get out of this, let me say this, what you're going to get out of this from what I'm shown, not only entering into your next timeline, but you're going to be able to release, have a deep release. You're going to be able to see what it is that you need to release and be guided into what it is that you truly need to release in order to have a new lease on your soul. Because if you don't let that go, you can't grab that new lease on your soul. So you're going to be able to see what that is. You're going to be pointed in the right direction through the guidance of Jehudi that guides us through. That's that Mercury in retrograde that's taking us that deep. So with that, you're going to be allowed to see exactly what it is, if you so choose to. It is by your soul's dedication, what you're willing to allow yourself to break the narrative of and let go of. So that's one thing. You're going to know what to release. You're also going to gain access to your higher self. You're going to gain the abilities. There you go. The gifts and tools are going to come online even more. You're going to also adapt to your crystalline body, which you're already stepping into. But you're going to find how you fit into that crystalline body even that much more. And most importantly, you're going to be able to withstand what is to come in the next couple of months, especially November. I've been telling y'all about November. You're going to be able to withstand what is to come, and we're going to be able to stabilize the frequencies for not just us, but the collective. So it's really going to be that next level up. And you're going to get your cosmic ID, your cosmic assignment. You're going to gain your cosmic citizenship. That's what you're gaining out of making the commitment and taking the time, TTT, taking the time. Nothing is more important in this world right now than my soul. I don't know about anybody else. Let me speak for me. Nothing is more important right now than my soul's ascension. No event, no birthday, no whatever it is that's going on in the world. Take the time to take a day out of time. Be the hand on your clock that stops the time, because you are remembering that you are the time. You are the timekeeper. You are the time vessel. And you are raising those frequencies. You are shifting the time. You are traveling through time. And this movement is a time travel movement. Best believe when I tell you that you will be talking about Back to the Future. You're going to be Sankofa, back and forth. Standing in the present, to looking back in the past, to retrieving what you need in the past. It's not just looking back. You going back to unlearn, to relearn and rewrite what you need to rewrite. Have accountability throughout your entire soul across multiple lifetimes and past lives. You are going in and retrieving that and bringing that new vision of you forward in the now, into the future, into this future of the now moment that sets the tone for the future of every day that is to come. And not worrying about the future, because you are the future. You know that we exist simultaneously, past, present, future. So you don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to ruminate in the past. Our time travel back into the past is just that, time travel. It's not to go back and ruminate. It's not to beat on yourself. It's to look at the pattern, find the karmic patterns, so that you can have accountability, so that you can forgive, so that you can live in the forgiveness, the love that is given forward in this lifetime. That's the forgiveness. You recognizing that it's already been forgiven. You just needed to find the pattern. You just needed to find the thread that was sewn in the fabric of life. Ashe? Ashe, Ashe. Peace, I see you. Carrie, our starseed. Ezioku, starseeds align as the starseeds incline. So with that, let me share this download, and then I'm going to get on out of here and leave the rest up to you. I gave you all that, there's more. It's not everything, but I gave you as much as what's coming through right now through these light codes. So the day of reckoning, which was yesterday, was that checkpoint, a spiritual checkpoint. So as we enter into this next phase of the ascension timeline within the Lionsgate Halls of Amenti, the mirrors are reflecting with a last chance to look through this specific cosmic lens of Saturn and Neptune, both at 1 degrees Aries in retrograde. This scope of view is a review checkpoint that is the reckoning of all affairs to be measured with true heart vibrations, away from ego self-preservation bias. So removing that self-preservation ego out of the way, no matter what victimhood, whatever you've been through, move that excuse and that reason out of the way, and only looking at true heart vibrations. It's only being measured. The reckoning is being measured with true heart vibrations. That means what's in your energetic field that you are emitting. Not what you choose to talk about, not what you logisticize, not what you intellectualize. This is outside of ego preservation. Okay? So it is with those true heart vibrations to hold accountability for self-preferred and self-imposed dreams and aspirations which hold no merit to true spiritual direction, which is the true north node. This checkpoint with Saturn is putting all dreams, goals, and desires that are clouded in Neptune through an intense X-ray scanner to see through the layers of illusion that brings a reckoning to the truth of what is. This is a looking back to the first degree of Aries to break any illusions and facilitate practicality within the spirituality which directs the dreams to build the 5D, to build in the fifth dimension. All right, so this looking back to the first degree of Aries is also giving us a chance. If you look in your chart, if you look at the chart and look back to when it first passed, when both Neptune and Saturn first passed over the past few months, look at what's been happening over the past few months. It's giving you that look back at it. It's giving you a last chance to look back at it while in retrograde, to look at what needs to be re-looked at. Look, double check. It's like double check that, especially where Venus is right now. Is asking a lot of you to check your love life status as well. It's asking you to check to see what you have been illusioned about in a specific relationship, how you are holding back yourself because you're holding on to a narrative about this relationship. What are the dreams and aspirations that you have about this relationship that is built in illusions and not on true merit of spiritual direction? We got to get out of our own way. It's not about what you want. You could see all the potential you want in someone. It's not about what you want for them. And this is one of the things we're going to discuss because it's a part of our life, world, and affairs. These are experiences in our lives that are shaping us, that are sharpening us. So it's to be addressed. And a lot of us have to face that hard pill. The hardest one is if you're in a marriage. Because some of you are being faced with the reality of understanding that that whole marriage may have been based on an illusion. I'm just saying, not meaning to hurt nobody's feelings, but it's the truth. You had a narrative, you had a story that was not based in true spiritual direction. It was only based in how you see things, how you prefer to feel based on how you see things. And these are all the illusions that are being torn down. So if something is coming up in your life right now when it comes to relationship, consider that the mirror. Consider that the mirror in the halls of a mentee that's being held up to you so that you can break the illusion. It's asking you to find where you have placed an illusion in this reflection so that you can break that mirror and then continue walking through. Right? This is a world for, I think it says Reli or Mali for sure. The downloads I have just gotten are new and according to today's morals. Ashe, Ashe. Who is my mother? What is my father? Who is my sister? Yes, all of these relationships. Who is this? Titles mean no thing, right? It means nothing, not to be attached to any particular thing when I say no thing, right? The titles, the relationships, the contracts that we had were for such a time as this, for you to have true recognition. Ashe, wise the God, nada. It means nada, nunca. Nothing. It's for us to look at it with those eyes now. Stop holding on to things because how someone is related to you. That relation is going to cause you a devastation and hold you back from your ascension. Right? We all have choice. This is a choice point. You can do what you want. It's very pivotal. And it's going to go according to you. But what I'm giving you is truth. And the tools that we're going to need to sharpen us to face some hardcore truths in order to get the fullness of this ascension at this time. Or else you're going to get a partial ascension. You're going to get what you put in. So whatever you choose to keep holding on to, you're going to get that. Because the universe, great order of divinity, God never gives you more than you can bear. So if you hold on to something, you're saying, this is all I can bear. That's what you're telling the universe. If you choose not to let go of an ego narrative, you're saying, This is what I can bear. And the universe is going to say, okay, I hear you loud and clear. I got you. And when you're ready, you come see me. But this boat right here, this ascension one right here, and this is a great one. Fortunately, unfortunately, you're going to end up missing that one. I'm even seeing it. As I'm saying it to you, and I have a lot of downloads and information. I have a lot of things before me. I'm seeing a lot. But even with that, I still have to constantly be looking at, hey, you're going to have to put that down. Or when the mental attacks come up, like when my screen went blank, hey, you're going to have to keep pushing through. Even though you can't see. That's true faith. You don't see. Don't be hooked up on the unknown. We are activating our north node, south node. I'll do a video about that. But we're activating where our north node and south node is right now. The spirituality of north node in Pisces. The practicality of south node in Virgo. And a lot of things are being torn down. Let me just say this. Service is being torn down. Service, how we see service, which is what Virgo is about, service, and the illusions of what has been portrayed of service through the archon energies are being torn down. These are distractions that they wanted us to believe in, and I mean all kinds of service, y'all. I'm talking about community service. I'm talking about medical service. I'm talking about mental health. I'm talking about all types of service. I'm talking about service even in interpersonal relationships where someone is servicing you, even if it's love. That's service for service. You giving love, you receiving love. Look at how that is servicing you. And the things that no longer serve you in this false sense of service is what is falling away. So as we walk through the halls of Amenti, we are piercing and breaking the veils of amnesia of the soul within the soul. Yes, I am nothing, which is all. And you are going to need your spiritual glasses. You're going to need that third eye vision. And we're going to have to be brave. This Leo energy is the courage of the lion. It's having the heart to break that open, to break that free. One of the things, and I'm going to say this to y'all because we're going to go deeper into this in our meeting. But one of the things about the redemption of Sophia that I see on the horizon is having us look at that demiurge that looks like a monster, which is the head of a lion. See, and I'm saying that because I'm thinking of how we in the Leo season. The head of the lion, which means it could be dressed up as the head with the serpent. Ooh, I just got a visual of them Chinese people that be having that little dragon serpent. But it's like the head of a lion kind of looks like that dragon. And it's the head of a lion because it wants to be disguised as the humble lion or the courage of the lion. But that's not what I was going to say, but that's what's coming through right now. The head of the lion over the serpent. And the meaning for that. I was going to save this for the meeting, but I'm going to share it with whoever this is for. The meaning for that is that the head of the lion is representing that courage, right? And the serpent, the body of the serpent represents the sensations. So it's this lion, it's this leading lion or the courage of the lion that's over the serpent. That's the feelings, the sensations of everything, and that's the demiurge. It's everything about feelings, and it's the bad part of the lion. Let me say that it's the arrogance of the lion, because it's that demiurge, that arrogance of the lion that thinks it is the creator. That is the misappropriated ego, and it is that wants to pivot us back and forth and pull us back and bring the shades of darkness over you. With that arrogance. So anytime you feel like me, I, double check that, because that could be the demiurge. That is the function of the demiurge. That arrogance over the feelings. You feel this type of way, so here's the arrogance. That is the misappropriated feeling and the misappropriated thinking. in the soul's consciousness. We'll break all of that down. I'm gonna break it down. If you want to know more, we're gonna go deeper into that. If you want to know more, that's gonna be part of our walk through the halls of Amenti. Well, we'll be breaking that down. Okay. Ooh, I caught your video on the Sophia. You were on. Yes, you caught it. And that's only a piece of it. That was the day that it was just raining down those downloads right through me. Jehudi was speaking to me that day. And it was like, bam, that's when I caught a glimpse of the redemption of Sophia on the horizon. It was like, what? Say word. Say less. What? This what we uncovering? And it was showing me to bring that into our group as we walk into the halls of Amenti. So wise the God, I'm telling you, if you caught that, this is another thing. If this is resonating with you and you caught that, this is for you. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying you may want to walk on through with us as we go through the halls of Amenti. Choo, 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 choo. Because we are going to be on it. If you think that was on it, there's more that's being revealed and unveiled. And we're going to go into the depths of that, because that is such an allegory. It's such a metaphysical. It's so deeply esoteric. It's like bottomless pit esoteric. Deep. You got to really open the levels of your soul to see how this applies, how it implies and how it applies, and how it's going to be what we have to get to the next level. It's going to be that wisdom. We're going to uncover that light of Sophia. Believe me when I tell you. So yeah, I know I'm going to see you up in there, because if you see that was on it, oh, it's on it and on it. We on and popping. When we walk through the halls of Amenti, we're going to be feeling some things, but we're going to be like, okay, what's next? Break that mirror. Bam, what's next? It's going to be like pop-up mirrors popping in your face. Bam, here's another reflection. Okay, what's the illusion in that? This is all about finding you. It's not about finding the illusions out there in the world. So for those of you who are used to just getting information and trying, oh, that's the man, that's the government, that's them. No, we walking through the halls of Amenti to say, that's you. Oh, that's me. That's my illusion. I held to that illusion. The reason why I could see that illusion out there is because it's in here. So once you break that illusion, you don't got to worry about what's going on out there in the world.